Building your first base in Enshrouded is one of the most exciting but also potentially nerve-wracking aspects of the game, because you are only given so many flame altars to start, and as you work through the game, it does become kind of like the idea of what is your main base of operations. Picking the right one can make a very big difference in the rest of your playthrough. In this video, I'm going to show my best choices, I will say, of the immediate bases that you will be able to get early on in Enshrouded that work phenomenally for that new player experience and also your main base of operations. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Enshrouded content. All right, our first place is going to be Peaceful Acres, down here in the southwest section of the Springlands. Now, it's only simply guarded by some wolves, so it's fairly easy to, we'll say, capture, get over on. But it offers a lot of pre-built stuff, which is perfect for getting your base started. So as for example, it has this kind of like little farmhouse thing, this little shed over here with a chimney, a nice little chest. But it has a bunch of farmland, which will definitely help out, as this is around the time you'll be getting Emily Frey. It has a massive house built already on it, and as you can see way down here, it has a lot to offer. It's fairly close. It's usually one of the closer spots to build your first base where you could fit a lot of different people. But inside, it is very, very spacious in this sense. It does offer a lot of rooms. It has this main kitchen that you can walk in on, and then kind of like a storeroom right next to it. And as you can see, like these walls are very big. It's a very big section. Lots of different places that you can build. It even has a bathroom, which I find funny on the first floor. But the most important thing is up there at the top left. It says that the comfort level is level 8 inside that building, which means, I mean, early on, that is a really, really good comfort buff. That is a huge comfort buff before you even really get into the rest of the game. Now up here, up on the second floor, it does have a couple of rooms. It has a handful of different spaces that you can walk through. This is usually where you would probably set up your bedroom, your master bedroom, we'll say. But there are other places for you to place the rest of the survivors that you find. It has a nice little bed here. You can always just pop in and take a nap. Wake up. And then it also has a master bath up here at the top, again, helping out with that comfort level, really getting things moving. Now, with some finesse, you can get up into the ceiling, and inside the roof, it has a whole open floor plan. You can actually, something sneaky you could do is stuff a whole bunch of other comfort buffs all the way up here if you don't want to have them all showing, i.e. the giant trophy heads. You can really make that work. Not a bad place to start. Just north of there is Fenrig's farm. Now, Fenrig's farm is in the Springlands. It is just north of that first shroud section that you run into. And this is more my aesthetic. At the base of a mountain, it's a kind of like farmstead. Now, again, it does have some wolves that you will have to clear out. Most of these places do have wolves. There's also a bunch of spiders in this area. If you don't like spiders, I mean, you can kill them, but it's just, don't worry about it too much right now. Now over here, it does have some farmsteads as well as a nice little shed for you to go ahead and get your main build started. And again, it has a lot of open space. This is more of a farm area, decent outdoor space, so to speak. Inside, unfortunately, there are spiders. So if you don't like spiders, you got to deal with a couple of them. But it offers just a pretty normal setup, honestly, a fairly normal straight up setup. Now down in the cellar, of course, there is a load of spiders down here, so just be prepared as you're clearing through. Now, what's really nice to note is how big this cellar is. Now, the cellar offers a good amount of space for you to either store survivor beds if you want them to live in the same house as you, or in this sense, you could have it for a lot of your crafting just within that area, so specific crafting nodes, such as like a drying rack or something along those lines, something that you can just place simply down here at the bottom. Now up here on the main floor, it does have a bunch of areas where you can actually walk straight outside. It's supposed to be kind of like a cart delivery spot, which I kind of find that hilarious. Up the stairs, it does offer a little bit of a living area. It has kind of like a kitchen and then another area to get down out of the carts if you don't want to go down the stairs. But then right here, it does have the large master bedroom, offers Again, it's a pretty decent spot. It has a comfort level of 13, so arguably this one is better. That comfort level shoots up immediately once you offer just some small things. You climb up right up here to the attic. The attic has a bunch of different space as well as knickknacks up here to add to that design and that comfort level. But again, a really good starter place if you are just getting started here in Enshrouded and you want to find a place to build that first main base. And then just from the outside, it's right up on the base of a mountain. I mean, you can't really go wrong. It's a pretty decent start if you were looking to build a base. This list was without a doubt my favorite, which is Whistful Farms, which is off towards the right at the base of the Pillar of Creation, the Pillars of Creation. This is like the perfect farmstead for me. I mean, there's none better in my mind. I have like a little area for all of my animals, which they honestly should be fed. There is food in their bowl. They're just choosing to be picky. I'm just saying. But for the most part, it is a wonderful place to go ahead and build a farm, which was really what I was looking out for. Something to create like a lot of flax, which I needed, a lot of wheat, which I was using. Also, saffron was earlier here. It has a nice shed that's off over here to the side, which is actually where I store all my magic chests. But then right up here, into the main area, this is where I park Emily Frey, and then all of my cooking, crafting, things that I would need for it. It fits everything that I need. There's really no other place that I would really need any kind of farming. I don't even use this downstairs area, but then also even look off over here, you could see way off into the distance if you wanted to build a deck that was overlooking this giant cliff. I mean, what more could you want here? This is one of my favorite spots. I do have to list this again as I'm talking about starter bases. It's not as high, arguably, as the comfort level. I had to work on it a little bit. But this top area right up this ladder is kind of like where you can have your personal residence. You can have your personal residence up here, and it's just beautiful. And again, I just can't stress it enough. Whistful Farms, the best place to be. The next place is right down north of the first Springlands Ancient Spire, and this is Ferndale. Now, what makes Ferndale unique is that it's almost kind of like a little mini kind of castle, fort, outpost, whatever you wish to call it. It's pretty well built up as far as its design. It's got a load of rats around here, so just be warned. But it offers a lot in that sense of being kind of like a town center. There's a lot of different areas that you can grow into and build a almost village. And this is one of the first ones that I would be like, this would be a pretty good village if I were just getting started. It has access to a road, and then just looking straight here, it is just fantastic here. There you go, Ferndale right there. Now, the idea of this is that it offers a bunch of starter, we'll say, little homes that are included. And if you put the flame altar correctly, you can really capitalize on all these different spaces to build them out. I personally like them. I personally like the idea of having almost pre-built houses to get for my survivors. I mean, even look at this. This is like perfect for Emily Frey. We clear this out, make this her like little shed. And then we have all of our crafting stuff and a little garden plot right here with some farm soil. You can't beat it. Funny enough, there's Flintstone there. I find that kind of hilarious. Another little farm plot over here onto the back. It has almost like this castle-esque aesthetic, which is something that's really nice if you like to be in a fort. This is one of the best choices, I would say, early on that you can make. And you just walk right in here, and then it's like this is your main area, and you can build it straight up and seal out that roof. I mean, there's a lot that goes on to this one place that is just fantastic. It's so good. It even has a pretty decent cellar, which I mean, it could be bigger, but it comes with its own anvil, which is something unique. Now, granted, all items being repaired, you could just do that at a workbench. It's cool to have an anvil, I guess. But yes, very, very much recommend Ferndale being one of the initial spots that you come in and check out. Really decent setup to start with, and it's just a great choice. The last base building place that I would even recommend is Fort Kelvin. Now, Fort Kelvin is one of the later places that you'll find in the Springlands. There's very few, we'll say, enemies in this area that aren't pretty strong. There's quite a few of them. But it is essentially a massive pre-built town. and it has almost everything that you would need to go ahead and get started as far as building a base, as far as making this into your own first home, your first massive village. I mean, it's got the floor, the cobble floor. It does take some cleaning up. As you can see, I'm working through some of these barriers that the Volkra have left, but look at this. This is beautiful. You could really make this work, especially being a pre-built town or the start of a pre-built town. It has a lot of little buildings that are already almost created, and I mean a bunch of different stairwells that can lead up as far as towers and parapets that are around here. You really can't go wrong. And again, as I've mentioned, there's a bunch of Volkra here, so just be ready to smack down and clear some of these guys out. But it offers so much just to start, and it's like right here. It's very, very close. It's not a difficult way to get to Fort Kelvin, and it's included for some of the the Lunar New Year Dragon Lady for some of her collection. So you got to be here anyway. It's a great spot. It does, again, because given its area and how many, we'll say, baddies are in this place, it does require quite a bit of building. But once you start building onto it, it becomes a work of love, I think is the best way to put it. One thing that I love is actually over here, you can grapple and then climb your way up to the top of this main tower, which is honestly, I don't know why, I like to be like that lord overlooking everyone. But right here at the very top, look how much space that is already pre-built in this area. If you smacked a flame altar in the middle, you have an entire massive town that is built specifically for you. I mean, you can't beat it. Fort Kelvin right there. So yeah, that's my list. That's what I would recommend as far as starter places. There's a lot of different choices that you could do. However, it's so nice to pick out these little places that are already almost pre-built if you're like me, and like I just need inspiration. You don't have to tell me exactly what I need to do, but just give me an idea of where to go and kind of like what the design choice is, and then I can walk off of that. If you are new to Enshrouded and you just kind of want to get the basics of the game, click this video here to go ahead and see the complete new player's guide. Now, this is a guide from 2025 and it's not up to date with the water update, but it still houses a lot of really good information. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.